So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for the living world of darkness, rage across New York, wherein we will have dinner at the Pack House, Steeple's Fingers. 10 Point has kidnapped a couple of the cubs. She, like most parents, is not supposed to have favorites, but does. So she's taking her favorites because she fucking can. She will make the point of letting the den parents know that she is borrowing them, or in fact, probably, asking, because that's the polite way to do it. But whatever the case, she will do her ominous dominus. I asked permission, and yes, we'll even collect Colin because you know what? He's fed us too many times. Turnabout is fair play. And with her merry band, we'll probably take them Umbraside through because it's a lot easier, and she really doesn't want to play the let's saw my antlers off game right now. So we will assume that they have made this trip Umbraside down to the Pack House in what, Lower East Manhattan, I believe. And yeah. So we will set the scene with the lot of them crossing over ever so successfully because it's narrative and popping in the living room. Naturally, with some measure of warning, damn it, we lost one.
God damn it, 10 Point.
Oh, never mind. I didn't lose it. It's fine. It's fine. I did not lose a puppy in transit. So yes, they will all get to pop in the living room because I frickin' say so, and it's a nice place to start. Wherein, 10 Point has warned Aiden that they're about to cross over, and for the sake of also having it said, Chad's mom has been told to go enjoy a night out. Hell, I'll say that 10 Point even gave her some cash to go take herself to dinner and have a nice night away from the chaos. Because we love her, but she needs a break now and again too. But yes, they'll pop in the living room where there are things and stuff and, general very normal furniture. Sure, there's a human skull or two on the mantle, but don't mind that, it's fine.
We like to pretend they're for science.
We like to pretend they're fake. But they're not.
Why is there a skull there?
At which point 10 Point will glance over, probably in the process of taking off her many layers of it's cold outside, so I need to be warm. So as she is uncocooning, she will glance over to the mantle and then glance back to Helena. Well, where else would we keep it?
Sure. Yeah. That makes... Yeah, of course.
At that point, when Aiden walks in, he'll lean against the door, and you can smell like stew and other stuff brewing from the kitchen. That was the man who killed my father.
Don't question it.
Just lean against the doorway.
She just smiles.
I had to take something off him, didn't I?
Of course. Yeah, sure.
So, I've got stew, I've got beer, I've got potatoes, I've got more stew. Does anyone not like meat? Looks specifically at Helena because she looks like a vegetarian type.
What? Was that aimed at me?
You look like a vegetarian.
I'll eat just about anything.
I'm not a vegetarian.
Grand, no problem. There's beer in the fridge, help yourselves. Whiskey too, there's also gin. And there's enough bread to fucking kill an entire army, so...
For what it's worth, 10 Point will come back to collect coats and hats and scarves and whatnot.
Collins.
Jason is totally wearing the knit hat that Felix gave him.
Oh. Collins' face is alcohol and bread.
God damn it.
Oh, we know what we like.
Everything else is cooking. You know what's not cooking right now? Bread.
And you like plonk down on the table like chips, potatoes, various like vegetables and stuff, and then run out, carry it over like, and this massive boat like fucking pot of stew, like it's bubbling.
Collins' face is potatoes and chips and alcohol.
How does the stew smell?
It smells very rich. It's obviously beef stew. There's a lot of herbs in it, carrots, and basically, yeah, it smells really. To be honest, if you've had any Irish stew from a pub or anything like that, it smells far more homey. And when you taste it, it's far more rich. There's like a nice, healthy mix of everything. So like it's hot going down, but it leaves you feeling quite warm. It's perfect for the cold weather.
I'm feeling a bit sheepish about what I'm making for dinner. Jason looks, a little excited. It smells really good in here, and there's like really thick, bubbly stew and bread and. Oh, did someone say beer in the fridge? And he'll kind of toddle off into the kitchen and.
When you open the fridge door, it is beer, whiskey, beer, gin. There's a second fridge for food.
Oh my god. He
Jason
opens the
looks
wrong
very,
fridge.
very confused because he did not realize he did not realize that he was back in the frat house, but he doesn't look upset.
Collins
What
started
kind of
putting the
beer?
potatoes and chips between
There
the bread.
is there is stout, port, lager, Budweiser, and what's it called again? Oh fuck, I cannot remember. Cobra beer, which is Indian beer. They got off Shin
But not actually made in India.
No, Cobra.
There was a lawsuit.
And the gin and the whiskey are pure Irish as well.
I was half expecting him to actually have had like real Guinness imported over because the American stuff doesn't taste right.
He doesn't drink the American Guinness. He doesn't even look at it.
That's what I said.
He'll point at Jason. There's cider there in the other fridge. If you like that.
And he'll just grab a lager. Actually, good dark stew. He'll grab a porter instead.
Now, stew's in the equation. Colin takes his potato bread chip witches and dips them in the stew for lubrication. And when this runs out on an individual bowl, he'll shovel the non-watery components of the stew into his face and then restart the process of death and rebirth again. In between these horrifying cycles of food slaughter is beer. Sometimes 2 beers. Sometimes 3. Grasped in his hands like meaty crab claws.
Everyone eats. He like even just points at Helena and everything. Like he hovers around like a proper Irish mammy.
Jason makes a regretful mental note not to invite Colin to the really nice sushi place they're going to take Helen after her rite of passage.
Helena is just staring in shock and awe at the amount of food Colin is putting away per second. There needs to be some measurement of this stew per second of some sorts, but it is going down at an incredible rate.
For what it's worth, since 10 Point is well aware of Helena's lack of a drinking habit, she will be provided with a mug of very, very hot water and a box of various teas to pluck one out of. God
Featured
damn it.
in this GIF is Colin's relationship with the refresher beers, as they are poured into his mouth like a terrifying funnel.
I'm going to hope that he has less of the spillover involved.
Far less. It's like watching a duck and a drain pipe be combined into the same being. It all just goes in. No one's sure if he's even breathing anymore, or if he's simply consuming, like the hero of all time, Kirby.
To be fair, Aiden is not far behind. The moment he sits down, he just seems to just like slap people's hands out of the way so he can get the food, and like dips his face in the stew nearly. Complete slob. Eat your food. Stares at her pointedly.
Helena, in shock, starts eating. Not as violently as the other two.
Yeah.
Jason will have made sure that, as much as possible, everyone who outranks the two of them started eating first.
Nah, there's no rank here. The two just dive in. There's no formality at all.
Is there butter?
There's of course. Oh yeah, of course there's butter.
Butter, there's bread.
The butter
And
is the
potato.
sole
You gotta have butter.
condiment that he uses in the bread potato wedge sandwiches.
That's about right.
Please tell me he just put the stick of butter between two slices of bread and just eats it.
He's a
What?
child
No,
of
he's-
Gaia. He
he's
has
not
to at least snap
A
it in half.
savage. He
ability.
slices it. He slices it in half for better bread coverage.
Yes. That is the best way to go about this.
If any of you have seen Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted, Aiden is constantly hovering around while eating. You know, it's like more beer, puts in front of you, more tea, puts in front, more food. You know what I mean? It's just constant.
At some point, will briefly disappear to put on comfy at-home clothes, and yeah, eventually, also succumbs to the unspoken threat of the
Feeding
wooden
frenzy.
spoon. Yeah. And yeah, she'll hunker down at the table too, and likewise, yeah, she doesn't pack it away nearly as proficiently as Colin, or even as Aiden. But she will consume a damn good amount of food, just at a much slower pace.
Meanwhile, Helena's sat there eating it with proper dinner manners and everything, and just looking
So
sheer
is
hot.
so is Jason.
Oh yeah. No, thus the slowness. She's using a spoon. It's madness.
All right, that was the starter. Who wants who likes roast beef? Just plop his thing down.
Oh.
Right,
Jason just raises his hand. Me.
turn and look over at Helena.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right, just stands up. You know, puts on the little apron around his waist and gets the gloves, and pulls out. You know, big juicy roast beef.
What color is the apron? I have to ask.
The apron is green with the words "Kiss me home, poke my home" on it, and it's tied right around his ass as well.
Of course it does.
Defeating the whole purpose of the apron, but he just does it to make a point. He actually has a second apron tied around, going, "This is where the magic happens," right over his dick as well.
God damn it.
So he's got a pomahon apron on the back half, and a magic apron on. Jesus Christ!
With the little gloves as well.
Now.
Yeah, no, Jason will continue eating with reasonably good. Not using a spoon. He is definitely using a piece of bread, but genteelly.
We have a
Ish.
new evolution in the potato chip, which is now roast beef is in there.
The what?
Actual meat. But it just came out of the oven. This slows Colin's ability to eat it as he open-mouthedly goes, ha ha, and tries to cool the situation down, much like an overheated engine or other mechanical component, by pouring beer in. So now he's
I was
just
gonna
making
say, if
this
he needs
horrible
assistance,
meat
there's
beer
beer.
stew. Yes, the
His
meat
mouth.
beer stew that he makes in his mouth like the trendy people on the YouTube. This
Aiden will
is
then
true mouth cooking.
Aiden will then cut off various slices, and he'll scan over the people, gives like big huge chunks to Colin, chunks for himself, chunks to Jason. Looks at 10 point, gives her like a decent amount because she eats a lot, and then stares at Helena, cuts this gigantic, massive piece, and just dumps it straight down on her plate. Too skinny.
She just stares at it wide-eyed.
He's an old Irish mother.
Who's gonna?
You're too skinny, Helena. Come on, eat. Go on.
Okay.
Go on. Do you want more beer? Do you? Do you want more tea? And you start pouring tea. Like he's properly hovering, as he's eating as well.
She'll attack the Helena head size. Half of cow.
She's got like a 5-rib standing roast to herself.
Yeah, essentially. She'll just go at it with full table manners, in effect, just slowly cutting off a small piece with the knife and fork.
He'll turn and look at her as he plonks himself down, finally taking a break from being the ma'am, and he'll turn and look at her. You don't need formalities here. We're not Silverfangs.
Mom.
I always eat like this.
If you want to be a savage, be a savage about it. You'd like rip over, that type of thing.
Just kind of looks around the room.
For the moment, Colin has ceased.
Jason
kind
is
of
still
terrifying.
He's still
eating
breathing.
almost as tidily as
He's still breathing.
Well, I
He
mean,
is.
he stopped. We have to check.
He's still breathing, and now he's looking at Helena expectantly. And when she looks at him, and he looks at her, she looks at him, and he looks at her, he just says, "Beefcake," and keeps eating.
Jason snorts his beer halfway across the table. Like there's just this spray of porter and a coughing fit.
Tim Point will reach over to give him that completely not helpful thump on the back.
As Helena finally says, "Fuck it," she'll place very gently the knife and fork down, and then she will pick up half the cow and begin tearing into it as best as the little face that she has can.
Aiden starts thumping on the ground as well, like properly, like you see in those movies. Just, ah! Drinking heartily. Every time the camera pans to Colin, Metallica's Battery playing. Every time it pans to Aiden, Riverdance starts playing.
I don't even know what would play for Jason at this point. I don't know.
For what it's worth, 10 Point, especially when the roast beef has come out, is still, she's still using a knife and fork. It makes it easier to cut it into pieces that are easy to pick up and put in her mouth. So yeah, there's some table manners have been cast aside in favor of just quickly popping food in her mouth. At least she's still cutting it. That's worth something.
Meanwhile, Helena is now covered in beef sauce. And it's just everywhere. There's too much beef.
I imagine there's like a roll of paper towels on the table.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh yeah,
Straight up. Fuck the dainty napkins.
This is Fianna hospitality. You grin, eat, drink, be merry, and all that shite. But you do eat. You look at her quite,
She just takes another huge bite out of it.
I will have you know that dainty fabric napkins are considerably more useful for things like picking up a rib roast with your hands and then trying to get the grease off and not ending up covered in tiny chunks of paper towel. So there.
Gasp.
As he sees 10 Point with the knife and fork, Aiden will quickly reach over, grab a pen, and write on the napkins. Go on. Stop, be a bit more, go on, stop using the fork, and then lift up, go on, then lift up another one, go on, and then lift up another one, go on.
God damn it. No, admittedly, she's not even using the fork to convey it to her face anymore. It's just to hold it still so it cuts easier. And she proceeds to look over and just with like the little aggressive face, like meh, and shoves another piece in her mouth because being a butt. No, the fork is mostly because potatoes only hold their consistency so much. There's the only thing the fork is being used to convey to her mouth. They kind of require silverware.
And so once this feast has ended, Aiden will turn and slap his hands together, rubbing his belly. So who likes dessert?
No.
Jason raises a half full of like a chunk of beef and some more bread.
So I've got fudge sundae, Black Forest Gatto, and cheesecake. Do you want all three or just the one? That's all three. All right. Just stand up and then we'll come out with store-bought, admittedly. He's not that good. He'll just lay down in front of me and lay the gigantic Black Forest Gatto right in between Helena and Colin. I want that gone. Puts the fudge sundae in front of Colin and splits the cheesecake between him and 10 Point.
Colin can do this.
With aid of Helena.
Jason has long arms. He will steal dessert from in front of everyone. It'll be great.
Yeah, 10 Point has learned this the share across the middle technology from Jason and is all about it.
Aiden hisses like a feral cat if you come near his cheesecake.
That's okay. 10 Point will share.
In the middle of the rampage, the assembled can say, boy, and he like tries to pour beer in, but that doesn't work for fucking brain freezing, does it? He just desperately looks around. There's some leftover stew broth, and he pours that in. Boy. Not so fast about the Sunday after that, is he?
So everyone enjoying themselves?
Yeah.
I know you are. You grin at Colin.
Yeah.
You look at the two cubs who are probably not used to Fianna hospitality, which is you eat everything.
Jason looks pretty pleased with this as a concept. He is actually like done with a meal and not still feeling kind of hungry. Because you could feed him a pizza and a half or 2 pizzas or he's still hungry.
I need a wheelbarrow to get back to Sept.
Be fine. You'll be fine. So, you grin. Anyone for more beer?
Colin is.
Turns and looks at Helena like jingling one of the bottles. Do you want to try one?
She just lifts up the tea that she's got, or whatever drink she's got. I'm alright.
Give one a try. It's only a bit of... Looks at the beer he's drinking. It's only a bit of stout. Even just a sip.
Fine.
Hands it over.
She takes it, drinks it.
You know what stout tastes like, don't you?
I know what stout tastes like.
Yeah, that's thick Irish stout she's drinking.
Yep. It's good.
Finish the bottle if you like it.
10 Point proceeds to like kind of snark into her own bottle.
Finish the bottle if you like it there, Helena. My gift. Pats her on the back.
I want to savor the taste.
I like alcohol.
Don't worry, I got something just for you, Colin. He'll run, skipping into the dining room, his apron's jingling as he moves. And he'll come out with those big, huge fish bowls, except it's filled with beer. And there's several straws in it.
Having gotten through dessert, second dessert is upon Colin. He begins to drain the fish bowl, either by straw or by the might of his own jaw power.
There is two of them, so like he knows Colin will drink one probably all on his own, so he gets two of them and plonks them down, looks at everybody. Alcohol. You sip it through the straw, get you drunk quicker, or you can do what Colin's doing and he just stares, which is probably the better tactic if you want to get drunk.
Once he finishes whichever beer this is for him, because Jason at this point doesn't actually have a clue, because every time it's mostly empty, it seems to magically refill itself, and he's not sure who. But he will actually go and get some of the whiskey, for an after dinner drink.
Helena continues to struggle with the single bottle.
Of stout. Really thick Irish stout.
Yes.
In the time that it has taken for polite people to do polite things, Colin has drained the fish bowl. I'm not rolling his stamina. He's fucking inebriated.
Damn it, Bob.
He lifts it up above his head like a war prize and releases the loudest and most offensive belch that either of the cubs have heard in their short lives. It doesn't fill the room with a distinctive smell because, let's face it, a lot of aromas are already in the fucking Thunderdome now. But goddamn if it cannot be heard. Helena swears to Gaia that the fork nearest her shook just a little bit. She's not sure. He places the fishbowl down with a surprising kind of gentleness, though it does wobble a few times upon landing, and then sets his palms on the table and blankly stares at it like he's recalibrating. When he looks back up at the party, it's obvious that he has recalibrated. He is recalibrated to seeing double. That was really good. I like that. That was good. Is what that was. Yeah. Beefcake.
He'll look over 10 Point. Get the biscuits, 10 Point.
10 Point's just sitting there going, wow, I think this is the happiest I've ever seen him. Oh, biscuits. And yeah, she hops up and scampers.
Looks over at... Do you want more?
She just finishes the bottle. And, that face you pull is like... Ugh.
Here, I got just a solution to pass over some of the... move over the fishbowl so the straw is right in her face. There you go. Pats her on the back.
I'm going to regret this.
Oh, no.
She will partake in the fish bowling.
So much beer, so little time.
Now I am thinking that's going to need a stamina roll.
Yep.
Because we have gone
Only
to that point.
one?
Look.
I mean, she's only had one beer and just now started the fishbowl, so...
She is a small woman, okay?
So in her case, first roll makes sense. You good, sir. Who doesn't know how many beers you've had, however.
I meant only one stamina roll.
Now it makes sense since she's only just hitting the heavy stuff. But...
Oh, shit.
Okay, look. I am a veteran eater of things, and I'm telling you, as much food as they've put away, just I'm gonna roll for that too.
She is pretty tipsy.
Aw.
After she eventually dislodges her mouth from the straw after draining half the fishbowl by herself, impressively.
Oh, Jesus.
She kind of like, shuts her eyes and like flicker a bit. She kind of rocks her head back. That's pretty.
All right.
Ten Point is going to take the initiative after providing Colin with biscuits of just gently nudging the bowl away from Helena. Just to make sure she doesn't make a really bad decision.
The girl. Aiden just slaps her back.
You good? Elena, you good? You good? You good, Elena?
I don't think fishbowl. And she leans, like, just reaches over the table to grab the fishbowl and just pulls it back.
Oh, nope.
Like, this is mine.
Nope.
Oh my
That is
god.
getting held out of reach. There's no
Colin,
way.
Like,
Or at
half
least
flops.
that's what she thinks she does. What she really does is lean out to grab the fishbowl and just slips off the chair, completely falling on whoever's sat next to her.
Rest
down.
easy, little warrior.
looks down at Helena.
Did I win?
You won, yeah. Do you want help up?
Yay.
On the other side of this, Colin is using what's left of the fishbowl via the straw to kind of car wash the cookies through his digestive system. Some cookie and there's some sip, chew, swallow. It's all over pretty damn
letting go
quickly.
of the fishbowl already.
Aiden picks up several biscuits and then like plops them down. He's like, "Open your mouth, Helena. This soakage. Just pop more food into her mouth."
For the record, I don't think that's how alcohol works.
It'll be fine. 10 point more biscuits. 10 point more biscuits.
Damn it.
That's the response 10 Point gets when she brings even more biscuits. Cookies!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make a stamina refrain because he's been chucking back and he's an activate resist token.
Slam ass shit wasted.
Hey, he's still going.
Jason is putting away whiskey at a steady pace and still appears to be completely sober.
While everybody has been distracted by biscuits, they look around and notice the fishbowl is no longer on the table, as Helena underneath the table is draining what's left of the fishbowl.
Oh no. I thought Colin already got it. No.
He looks for it because it's been taken away from him. There's no car wash now. And he like looks around like there's something immediate and pressing going on in his life, even as he's stuffing cookies in his mouth. And then he finally thinks to look under the table where the only possible culprit could really be at this point. And the only thing that the party hears from is like, "Oh no, my beer!"
You see the fishbowl over her head.
Oh no.
As she's just rolling around under the table.
Another
Oh,
beer.
yeah,
is put in front of-
astronaut.
Aiden look up at 10 Point. Looks like it should be a Fiona after all, eh? With a grin on his
Oh.
face.
She puts another beer in front of Colin to distract him from his loss, his terrible loss. And
Jason
just go ahead.
Hands him like the last quarter of the bottle of whiskey.
Colin like has a moral decision to make at this point. Okay, I'm gonna do some math. Whiskey will make me puke, the beer won't. Sorry.
10 Point, however, will in fact pick up the abandoned bit of whiskey and swig it back. Like take one real good swig out of it, shaking her head and peering again under the table to check on Helena.
She is making a crawl for the fridge with the fishbowl still on her head.
I got her. Aiden will say,
Jason will move to intercept.
Aiden will walk over and just literally pick her up by the back. She comes up right in front of his face.
Colin will move to the floor.
Hello.
All right, we're putting you back in the chair, Missy. Come on.
at some point during this, Aiden can see Colin on the floor next to Helena looking around like, what's going on in this thread?
While carrying the drunken Helena, he'll kick open the fridge door and point at the beer going, look, Colin, look. Look at it.
No, I'll puke.
Jason will take advantage of the open fridge door to grab more whiskey.
It'll be like the fucking Exorcist.
There's a cringe because she knows who's cleaning that up.
Aiden will very gingerly set Helena down on the chair, kind of like keeping a hold of her with his hand.
That's a death excellent roll from Helena.
Oh, God.
A what?
She falls off the chair
Oh, Jesus.
Again.
and begins to roll under.
All right, before she falls, I'm going to see if I can catch her, man. Fuck that. You're staying on that goddamn chair.
Yeah, you can catch her.
You. Yeah, he just no. 10 point, get the shots ready.
Right.
Woo!
Aiden will puke.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 10 point will clean it up anyway. It's fine.
This is not how alcohol works.
It is how alcohol works. It's fine.
Gone.
Besides,
Time for your liver.
all you have to do is change fine forms. You'll be fine.
I learned it in driver's training.
Jason will scoot his chair over to abut Helena's, so at least on one side she can't fall out, and continue drinking whiskey. Because
I'm not going to give Helena one. You stay where you are.
notably,
Why not? I want.
notably drinking whiskey with the hand not next to Helena.
Why you gotta be
Like bottle is at arm's length, comes in,
That's-
sips, back to arm's
That's
length.
really mean.
Because someone's a lightweight, that's why.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just keep it going.
Nope.
A glass of water magically appears in front of Helena because 10 point is concerned.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nope. Drink the water, Helena. Come on. Just pushes in front of her face.
10 point gets an idea. She goes back into the kitchen. She returns with a shot. Surely it's vodka. It's fucking water. Plunks that down in front of Helena.
She looks at it, looks at the glass of water, puts the shot of water in the glass of water, and then downs the water.
10 point's eyebrows pop up because that worked a lot better than she thought it would.
Aiden will then pour several shots of whiskey in front of Colin, himself, and 10 point and Jason.
Jason, look at the shots. Look at the bottle. Look at the shots. Look at the bottle. Like, huh?
You drink it faster with shots, that's why boom, boom. I'll roll some stamina for himself.
How
Oh boy.
how defended are Jason's shots?
Very.
Because
The whiskey bottle is in the hand away from Helena,
There
which
is an
means that
attacking
there is an
Helena.
arm between Helena and his shots.
crouching tiger, drunk Helena.
Oh my god.
Actually, at this point, Jason will set down the whiskey bottle out of reach, and just
No.
go to grab. You know how with small children you can grab both of their wrists in one hand. He's gonna do that. Well, he's gonna try and do that.
Jason.
We need you. You get a straw for your vodka.
Why
You can't have mine.
So Come on.
And
Hey,
he will request some more vodka with a straw in it this time.
hey, what's going on over there? All right, you gotta be careful. I don't care if he's handsome.
Jason's being mean, Colin.
He's being responsible. Look at him with a responsible face. Responsible. Why is your hair still so good? I don't have a lot of fancy shampoos and conditioners, yet you just managed to be Mr. Perfect hair. I don't even know, man. It's like magic.
The really important question here is, who's he looking at there, Bob?
That is an excellent question.
It
Jason's paying most trying to keep Helena away from the window.
He is Jason. He's been yelling in their direction from the shots. And you know what? Because Torn is at 11, I feel like this merits yet another stamina roll. This could go poorly.
This could go very poorly. Particularly when he
barely made
how
it.
is your hair? How's your hair going? Aiden just like world's going what? You know what I mean?
Jason just like from wrestling with Helena at this point.
Yep, she's putting up a good fight.
What? And he just kind of
as that moment of distraction from Jason.
Oh,
she capitalized.
Hang on, I'm gonna make you roll.
Yeah. Do some rolls.
Doesn't Jason have like both of Helena's hands like grabbed in one?
Yes.
She's drunk. She can do anything.
She can do anything
she's
like
a
fall out of her
slippery little
chair
monkey.
again.
And when she goes for
It's
it,
an option.
Colin screams, "No!" And he jumps. And for people at the wrong perspective in the room, it really looks like he's going to tackle Helena. To the reality of physics, he would have made a great tackle if he had not gone for the wrong Helena. Instead, he flies through the air and face first into the carpet. And he doesn't move for a while. It's a little scary. But just before anybody can go and see if he's all right, all they hear is just, my face.
And Helena dives at attempt to get these shots. Of course, flopping and face planting flat onto the table. Before a similar sound is made from her in a slightly higher pitch.
Oh boy. At that point, we'll work on fishing Colin off the floor and at least conveying him to one of the armchairs. Because he probably won't fall out of that, maybe.
Jason is making
dragging me because I'm fat.
faces at Aiden while he wrestles with Helena. This is your fault.
You chose to drink. You could have said no. Aiden just takes another shot in his mouth.
Because I'm fat, because he ate all the food. Boop, 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 boop.
Let it be known that 10 Point apparently has zero issue shifting to breed inside her home, and will do so, and just very gingerly pick up Colin, convey him to the armchair, and then take some time shifting back.
Ah!
So for sheer hilarity, is there a new couch yet?
I'm sure there is. That poor couch.
You're so fluffy on my sides.
He gets a pat.
Besides, Aiden will say, shockingly sober. Besides, all she has to do is shift forms and should be sober as a judge then.
We should probably encourage that, and she will kind of...
Let her enjoy herself first. To put a hand on 10 Point's shoulder. She can do that at the end of the night.
Helena, where are you?
Wait, does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Helena, I can't see through echolocation. Where are you?
She's under the table, Colin.
I'm over here.
Colin has transferred himself to the floor and is crawling.
This. Colin. Colin.
Oh,
Helena,
Colin.
Helena.
This table's like really good craftsmanship.
It is.
Yeah. It's like oak.
No, it's not oak. It's rich mahogany.
Oh. That's like so good.
It is. This is a classy place, okay? You can find books that are like bound in leather.
What? Leather?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It is.
You know what would go
Temple.
well with leather?
Colin looks like he's scared to hear the answer to this.
What
More
did she ask?
beer.
What?
More beer. Beer. And she starts shouting.
No, we're
on the
drunk.
table.
10 point gets a tap on the shoulder then as Aiden fails his stamina rolls after taking another 3.
10 point is still dead sober because she has activated resist toxin. So at worst, she's a little pink in the cheeks right now. So she has been surveying the under table crowd and proceeds to glance up.
Hi.
Hello, Raya.
Gives this big, like, cheesy, drunk, like, I'm so drunk I don't even know where I am grin.
No. How are you feeling, Raya?
I'm fine.
He looks like he's feeling great.
Yes. Come here.
She's-
Like hugs 10 point.
Ugh. 10 point normally would not object. 10 point has reservations. 10 point is, however, hugged whether she likes it or not. Is she getting like dragged out of the chair hugged?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Meanwhile, Helena is commissioning Mission Impossible 4 Crawl to the Fridge.
No, she does it with like Colin
Jason
holding
will
onto her
lean out of
ankles.
his chair and probably grab the other ankle. Yeah.
It's funny. She feels like she's working so hard, but she's not going anywhere.
It's very strange.
Well, 10 point has been nabbed. And
Well, you can't have more beer. We're drunk
Why not?
because it'll make you puke.
And
Maybe
you
I
don't
won't.
want to vomit. You don't want to vomit in their nice apartment, Helena.
No,
You-
do it
you-
on the balcony.
If you keep trying to puke, I'm gonna have to stop you with my fat.
But you're not fat.
All right, that's it. I'm stopping you with my fat. Colin just makes forward progress until like he's like side laying on Helena, and she's just kind of like caught there.
Colin.
So 10 point as you're being hauled up by Aiden, you see a look in his face that has the pure I'm gonna puke face, but then he just bottles it down. So he doesn't projectile vomit straight in your face, but he just looks at her and the hiccups. This is nice.
10 point's eyes go so wide for half a second. Oh no.
Because this has happened before.
It's like she knows that expression for reasons. 10 point will begin to just helpfully shuffle them over. It's totally so he can lean on the wall. It has nothing to do with the kitchen trash bin being right there, which seems like a really good idea right now. Please don't puke on me. Please don't puke on me.
Jason will, since Helena is currently pinned in place, get out of his chair, set down the whiskey bottle, and assist 10 point so that Aiden does not trip over Helena's head on the way to the kitchen.
Let me see. I'm gonna be bold and roll something.
I know.
Because I'm fucking inebriated.
Colin.
Oh no, I'm okay. Barely. I missed Helena's head by an inch. but I'm okay.
You clip the fish bowl that's around her head.
It's
Still on her
spins now.
head.
It's just
It's ringing.
We should 10 point. Like boom, boom, into the back of the.
Wince. You should what, Raya? Pulls over the trash can.
Turns very professionally, almost like he straightens up like an ostrich. Vomits into the trash can. Gets his head up immediately. Wipes some of the vomit off himself. We should dance.
Blink.
Okay, so now the chain's been started. In a moment of animal instinct, Colin takes the fishbowl off Helena's head. She might need it. But he knows what he must do. He begins running for the bathroom. A long, loping gait, only interrupted by the fact that with his current center of gravity and sense of balance,
he's bouncing.
he makes his way to the, exactly, just like a fucking pinball. So after using the house as a series of bumpers, he finally gets into the fucking bathroom, and all anyone can hear is "Oh God!"
Oh no, chain vomiting. Aiden's gonna roll.
In anticipation of this, Jason, having already gotten out of his chair, will drop to one knee, and reach for Helena's hair.
Yeah, Aiden gets another look at 10 Point's face. Like he looks like he goes, "Oh no, chain," and like sucks in a breath, and then goes, "I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine." Still gripping onto 10 Point's back like a fucking vice.
Jason.
Trash can is still right there.
Jason.
Yes, Helena. Yes,
What are we
Helena.
doing? I'm fine.
I'm
I'm
reasonably
fine.
certain that you don't want to eat your hair or get it in whatever you drink next.
Exactly. Drink. Let's go
Ted
with that.
Right.
Proceeds to do
So-
a dumb thing and takes a hairband around her wrist and just kind of like, you know that rubber band gun you can do with your fingers? She essentially does that with the hairband. Like, pings it over. Because the chances that he will be able to stand there and literally hold her hair until she decides at a very inopportune moment to puke is pretty low.
I'm tempted to ask you to roll for accuracy.
I can. Can
Do it.
do.
Don't hit Helena.
That would be hilarious.
Oh,
Here's hoping I don't bot.
Plonks her straight in the forehead.
I don't even know what I'm rolling for this. Catching. Dex athletics.
Dex athletics, yeah. I'm gonna be an
Botches.
asshole.
Botches and punches Helen in the face.
No.
Pinpoint accuracy. It's like she fires a ranged weapon all the time, almost.
Jason catches it in his teeth because that's where it was aimed. He looks incredibly startled because that was not intentional. But will then proceed to tie back Helena's hair. Not super tidily, but it's effective.
10 Point, dance with me. I command you as Lord of the Fianna things, people.
You're sure you don't need the trash can, Raya?
I will be fine. You know why? Because I am Aiden Lynch. Pause.
Motherfucking Kraus.
There you go. That's right. See, Jason knows. So, 10 Point. Now roll this. This is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
Nice. Discord. For convenience sake, Riverdance kicks in properly. Yeah, Aiden falls over trying to swing 10 Point dramatically. Hits against the table and just rubs his face.
Wince.
Jason is
Why-
still wrangling Helena, but is more than a little distracted.
strips off his t-shirt dramatically, like it rips, just
A lot distracted.
Now is the time. As there are still some shots left on the table.
Are there? Did any survive?
Did I survive
Yes.
Aiden hitting?
I'm saying so, damn it.
There's
Somehow
actually
one
still
shot
about
has
half
gone
a bottle of
unattended.
whiskey on the table
Even
Jesus.
better.
because Jason set it down.
She goes for the whiskey.
This time
Kinda
is
what-
even worse because Colin doesn't even do his tackle maneuver on the right side of the table.
Tim Point just looks on in horror, holding Aiden up because he damn near hit the floor after hitting his head on the table somehow.
I mean, Jason is going to try and grab her again, but let's see how it goes.
Oh, Ninja Helena.
Oh no. Hang
She's a
on.
Ninja. In her mind, anyway.
Well, I mean,
To be fair, being completely skunk drunk gives you a dex penalty.
really does.
It does.
I mean, not enough of one. Jason misses.
Oh god.
She body slides across the table,
Fucking
The
dice
full-
spot.
full length of the table,
Oh,
grabbing
jeez.
the whiskey in one hand and falling off the other end. You see a victorious hand raised with bottle in hand.
Jason lands on the table.
You landed on me.
I got it. Yeah.
And will grab for the bottle as she raises it victoriously.
Oh no.
10 point, come here. He just like pulls her hair and like leans right close into her face.
And will actually grab the bottle out of the victoriously raised hand.
No. No. No.
10 Point is pulled over
Jason!
and now bright red.
I am an adult, Colin screams as he attempts to act
Yes.
like an octopus, restraining
You
Helena
are.
from the whiskey.
You're an adult. Like flannel.
Grapple!
10 Point proceeds to be like, you know what, Raya? I feel like I could use a cigarette. How about you? You want to go have a smoke? Let's go have a smoke. And fucking tries so hard to disengage. Tries so hard.
Handing
His
Aiden
eyes are
things that are on fire might not be the best plan right now.
I am the Lord of the Fire. I am the Lord of the Flame.
It's only
His eyes are
slightly on
closed. He's like-
fire. And the balcony is going to be bracing. And
Colin,
Balcony.
Colin stands up from the Helena grapple, releasing her. He goes, hey, just whatever you two crazy kids do, remember that Gaia is important. Gaia between slap back down on the floor.
10 Point turns more red somehow.
You see another victorious hand appear from the behind of the table. Only just reaching, of course, as she is crushed by Colin. Don't make it, baby.
God. Yeah, the back door of the apartment is getting flung open, and really cold air is going to start wafting in, and hopefully sober people up just the tiniest bit.
Ah! It's so chilly. My nipple.
Swaggers out, very much like this, shirtless, tattooed, covered in scars, swaggers out to the balcony. I am the king! You know,
Oh, God. Please tell me he stops at King.
yeah, he does.
Oh, God. Oh, God. She proceeds to promptly light 2 cigarettes and offer him one just to distract him. Meanwhile,
turns.
she will hover right in the doorway so that she can kind of try to keep an eye inwards as well. It's splitting her attention like this isn't going to work out.
Pops the
10
cigarette
point.
directly into his mouth and swaggers back in.
That's a good idea. Block a coal. My nipple could cut glass. Glass.
As Helena kind of sits up a little bit, that makeup all over her face now, and she just pokes Colin in the face.
Hey, that's my parts.
You got like 4 eyes.
No, I don't think. Hold on. Ah, my fucking eye! As he poked himself in the eye.
See? Look at that.
Ah! Oh!
You can like see really good.
Stinks!
Days before me! Bang! Walks into the door.
Now, for what it's worth, I will put it out there that because 10 Point is wearing like her comfy at home kind of little sundressy thing, like it's really a simple shift dealio. And admittedly, Jason's the only one sober enough to maybe catch it. A certain number of her scars are visible. But yeah, she'll chase Aiden back in, though she's leaving the back door open. They need that nice bracing breeze, I think.
God.
They definitely do.
Yeah, I got you new guitar strings are in my coat.
I already like did one of them.
Well, now you have extra.
You're like the best person I know. I it was like so cool. Your RV and shit.
Oh, I'm just doing my job.
But it's good.
Poor old Jason's getting the fucking display from Aiden. Like, witness me! He turns, like, spinning in a circle.
As Helena will proceed to sit there
Jason's
cross-legged.
just going to give up and go get himself some tea. Like, he could keep drinking, but he knows it's possible that he might eventually end up drunk, and this apartment would end up on fire.
Probably.
If they were all drunk.
Helena proceeds to sit there cross-legged, leaning against the table, crying.
Oh, she's crying. Aiden will, like, follow
I
her
got-
out,
No,
calling after her.
no. Jason will end up on the floor with his tea in one hand, and just kind of like put an arm around her.
You guys.
Hey, this is my unicorn job.
Yeah.
And then he like pats Selena's shoulder. There. It's okay. Nobody needs to cry. I'm
You're
still here. Beefcake.
Best people I've ever met. It's so
Aw,
good.
buddy.
Charges into his room, comes out dramatically with the hell in the sock puppet.
Oh no. Is he any more sober?
God fucking no.
No.
Oh no.
Plops out in
so
front of
bad.
Colin and Helena, and then looks up. Like, that's when she looks up and sees the sock puppet right in front of her face.
What?
See? Sock puppet. He even mouths it when Helena's sock puppet says sock puppet right in her face.
Why have you got a sock puppet?
I have multiple sock puppets.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, that's a good reason. They're cool.
If the viewers will forgive me for a while, however, I will be back. Hopefully not before too long, but Jason will continue being a responsible adult and attempting to keep anyone from falling off of the balcony or getting any drunker or more covered in vomit.
See? I made a sock puppet of Helena. See?
Why?
Puppet.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I'm so pretty.
He looks at 10 Point and will say, attempting to whisper in ear, but he practically screams it. This is distracting her from crying.
Crying? I wasn't crying.
Oh,
It's a really good tactic.
Of course you weren't.
You're just so happy.
it's okay. You're okay. You're here naturally. That orange is super orange.
I've not done my hair before.
Oh,
I don't like bleach.
oh,
Bleach is bad.
it's okay. It's nice.
Yay.
What he thinks he's saying through the pack link, he just screams in 10 Point's ear. I think they're bonding.
10 Point winces as her ear is screamed in. Answers through the pack link. I'm sure they are, Raya.
What? Screams in her ear again.
It's nap time now.
All right. Okay. It is time for everybody to go to Glabro. Everybody, come on.
Nap time.
You're not the boss of meat. Falls over the
Colin just like curls into a ball. I can't say that he's like in Helena's lap, but like I guess some of the surface area of the Colin ball and her lap intersect.
She flops on top of him either way.
Point just rubs her head, rubs her face. Glances down at Aiden.
Yeah, he broke the table, fell over the couch, went over the table.
Is he still conscious?
Nope.
Sighs. Well, seeing as he is laying at a broken table, he will be the first one to get plucked up. As Krynos Point proceeds to put at least one of them to bed, with a trash can right next to him.
Helena begins rubbing Colin's face.
Eden
Colin
curls into 10 Point like a child.
Colin has no idea his face is being rubbed because he is out cold.
Colin, I know you can't hear me because you're sleeping, but your beard is like so cool. It's so cool. Super cool.
Damn it.
When 10 Point puts Aiden to bed, he's like, no. And just falls back asleep.
God damn it, Bob. Aiden will get placated until he is back out cold. At which point, Krynos Point is going to lumber out to check on the other two. 3. Or Jason.
Colin is lying down asleep. Helena has basically spider monkeyed his head.
She will shake her way back down to Hamid, slowly. And plunk down, roughly in front of Helena. As I believe Jason is on her other side. You doing okay?
What? Huh? What? Who? Me?
You. Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Good.
Are you doing okay?
And she will take a moment to survey the now broken coffee table, the everything swept off of the dinner table, including probably some broken glasses and whatnot, and plates, and whatever else survived. At least Aiden was like taking the food trays and pots off between courses, so at least there's not an entire pot of stew on the ground. So there's that. And so she takes a moment, surveys all the damage that's been done, and then looks back at her. I'm doing all right.
Yay.
You're not feeling sick?
No?
Are you feeling tired?
No?
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're happy.
So happy.
And she will take a moment to assess the drunk Colin and the various broken dishes that are strewn dangerously near to drunk Colin. And proceed to lean in to whisper in an almost conspiring fashion. I think I'm going to move Colin to the couch so he doesn't get hurt. Do you want to come with me?
Yay, field trip day.
Mm-hmm. And she'll start pulling herself up again, get herself properly upright, make sure she's not too close to the table, and we'll again revert to Breed, very carefully scooping up sleeping Colin.
Oh, look at him. He's like a little baby.
Oh my god. Little baby Colin, who is not little nor a baby, will nonetheless be conveyed, beer farts and all, to the couch. And carefully tucked there in such a way that it will hopefully be at least reasonably, take at least a little effort to roll off. Kind of tuck him back against the back of it.
So adorable and angelic.
Good day, yeah. She'll even hold up his upper half for a moment if Helena wants to actually sit on the couch. Or maybe she'll just crouch at the base of the couch like a creep. There's no telling, really.
What would Helena do? Helena would more than likely fall over the back of the couch. But she still can't see straight.
She will very gingerly be scooped up with a hand, take a hold of the back of her shirt, and just kind of very gingerly pluck her up. Sit her on the couch. And then plop Colin's head in her lap. On the one hand, yay, bonding. On the other hand, that might pin her in place for a minute.
Where am I?
You're in my Pax home. On the
Ooh,
couch.
what?
With Colin.
Ew. Who's Colin?
She points down with a massive claw.
Hey, Colin. It's nice to meet you too, buddy.
No, Mom, I don't want to sew his one shiny stupid.
That's so cool.
Isn't it? Meanwhile, 10 Point will turn around and start picking up the destroyed pieces of the coffee table. And while people are distracted, we'll go about the process of picking up as much of the generated mess as possible. Tucking all of the pieces of the poor coffee table out on the balcony to go out later. From someone who's not in Krynos. And yeah, proceeds to police up the mess, put away the leftovers. reverts at some, well, not reverts, but shifts at some point to Hamid so that she can more readily do fine dexterous activities. And then we'll come around to check in again, periodically poking her head in to check in on Helena.
She just sits there staring at the window.
Point considers this, and on one of these visits, we'll, after she has shifted down to having proper hands again, we'll reach over and hit the sound system, playing probably plopping in one of the CDs she's more familiar with, and something that's not that energetic. God help us all.
No, Bob.
No, Mbop. Now, probably some like painfully generic, God knows what, Celtic thing. Something that's fairly easygoing. Glance over to see if Helen is even remotely responsive, because she does seem to like music.
Yes, she is dancing
Oh dear.
while still sat on the chair.
Oh good.
It's like basically flailing of arms, and she's trying to sing along, but it's just a slobber of words.
You know what? Fucking some easy listening shit. That'll be fine. She can't get but so wound up on that. And at least she's happy. At which point 10 Point will return to the cleaning. She will vaguely hope. And by time she's finished, we'll come back around again. Just hoping so much that Helena has eventually gotten to the part where drunk people pass out.
Nope, still dancing.
Oh, damn it. She proceeds to cheat and changes out the music and like puts in an Enya CD. Lord knows where she got that, but it's in there now. That doesn't make her pass out, nothing will.
Let's see, because I like rolling. Oh. Just kind of lies there, like, rocks her head back. And she's just looking at the ceiling.
You can hear from Aiden's room, because if you're playing Enya, you hear sail away, you hear sail away, sail away.
God damn it.
Sail away, sail away.
Sail away, sail away.
That boy goes to check. Is he all the way awake again?
His eyes open.
Did you have a nice nap, Raya?
You did. Oh,
You know what? Never mind.
stands up, puts his arm around 10 Point. Is everyone gone? Hiccups.
No, Raya, they are on the couch.
That grin emerges on his face in the picture. Wonderful. We should probably send the cub home. Probably tired to sober up. Just have her shift to go.
All right. Is he still hanging on? Is he coming along for the ride?
Yeah, he has no support in his legs. He just skids along beside her.
Wow.
He will get so carefully walked in because she is not nearly as strong as Hamid.
Wow. Wow. I got some really cool tattoos.
What?
I got some really cool tattoos.
Oh yeah. Aiden's covered in them. And Scott. Yeah, I do.
I got a tattoo.
You do you? Where?
She kind of like picks up her arm and just flies around, like in the air. I can't remember.
Tell me it's not the lower back.
Who? Who's
Good grin
lower
over-
back?
Tell me your tattoo's not on your lower back. He'll grin over at 10 point.
She kind of leans forward and pulls her shirt up, trying to look at her lower back.
Is it on her lower back? Oh my god.
It's not on her lower back. It's not there.
10 point doesn't get the look. The only thing she has on her lower back are bruises. No, not there.
Oh yeah.
You have to find it one day, Tom. Helena. Yeah, there you go. Helena.
No, not Tom.
No, I said 10. He was about to say 10 point.
Oh, God.
Now, where's the weed at? Is he wandering into the kitchen?
Knowing Jason, if he's still there, he has probably been helping with the cleanup process once Helena was pinned to the chair by Colin's big head.
Meanwhile, Colin is kind of like, alcohol's the worst because you can fall asleep, but you kind of come in and out afterwards because simple sugars. So like he's kind of coming in, he's coming out, he's coming in, he's coming out, and somewhere in the middle of it's this drowsy, fucking slurred singing-ish type deal. Though it's totally not in step with Enya. It's just something along the lines of, I can't think about anybody but you. Sugar, I can't think about anybody but you.
Sail away, sail away.
God damn it!
In the kitchen.
At that point, it just, again, rubs her face. Oh, God, what's happening? Hold on. At some point, finally turns a glance over to Helena. And, yeah. Helena.
Hello.
Why don't we play a game?
I like games. Take.
All right. Follow my lead. And she takes a moment and shifts up to Glabro.
Oh. You're a werewolf.
I know. Crazy, right?
That's weird.
All right, your turn.
I can't do that.
Sugar, I can't think about anybody but you.
Sail away, sail away. He walks in, putting a joint in his mouth.
10 point is face palming. In Glabro.
If you concentrate really hard, Helena, you can do exactly like egg. What 10 point did?
What? No.
I bet you this joint of weeds you can't do it.
I don't do weed.
Fine. I bet you $50.
I don't have any money.
10 point proceeds to reach over and snag up the remainder of that bottle of whiskey. Bet you this. Gives it a little waggle so it sloshes.
She will. Just a big goofy smile as she will try and concentrate. And this
Oh,
will be funny.
please.
No, not 33.
Oh, thank
You know
God.
that.
She's now sober.
I mean, I imagine it takes a minute, but she will immediately start sobering up. Yeah.
She kind of just blinks a few times.
At some point, we'll set the whiskey bottle away again for the moment.
Aiden picks it up.
Why does my mouth taste like shit?
At some point, we'll go into the kitchen. And yeah, I imagine there is tea in the fridge, and we'll retrieve a glass of, like, sweet tea and bring it back and offer it to her.
And she'll just kind of automatically relax down as 10 Point leaves. Probably not even noticing. Oh, thanks.
And she will finally shift back down into Hamid as well and plop into one of the armchairs.
Helena is surrounded by 2 drunken werewolves, a frustrated 10 Point, all over to the sounds of Enya.
And Point reaches for the remote.
So this is nice.
Don't you dare turn off don't you dare turn her off, 10 Point, and points at her.
Sail away, sail away.
Sail away, sail away.
10 Point puts the remote back down.
What happened?
10 Point got you drunk. He cringed.
He immediately puts on that fucking face like, you asshole.
She's a bad influence on you. Grin as he takes a swig and a smoke.
No, I don't get drunk.
Falls onto the couch.
Which means onto Colin, because Colin is big enough to take up the whole couch.
Just
What?
Nothing, I'm just smoking. Grin, laughing.
Through the pack leak will come the ever so gentle nudge of, maybe it's time that you sober up too, Raya.
You see, you look over, and he'll sigh, and he'll shift to Glabro, sulking. And then after a few minutes, shift back down, and he'll rub his face. Now that Mom, you look over, playing playfully over 10 Point, has decreed it. Yeah, everyone got drunk and wasted.
What was the last bit?
Now the Mom, and then he went, everyone got drunk and wasted.
Oh. Oh. Even me?
Nods his head.
Ever so slightly.
Oh, God.
It was not bad.
No. You were in safe company.
You didn't vomit, so you're fine.
Right. Just kind of looks around the room, like, very skeptical of the all right sentence and decide, you sure?
Hey, the destruction's been cleared up, okay?
Yeah, she's still
It's
looking
fine.
around.
There's just no coffee table anymore.
All Helen is greeted by is sail away by Enya.
Which, knowing Aiden, means he's gotten a hold of the remote and put it on repeat the one track over
Yeah.
and over and
Sitting
over.
down on the couch while lighting up the joint again.
What are you smoking? That stinks.
This is the best shit. Keeps me calm.
At that point, we'll actually respond by finally getting up out of the armchair and easing over to try to beg a bum a fucking head off him.
Oh, now you want it. You're so right. He hands it over.
She'll get a hold of it and then stick her tongue out at him. And then take a head. And we'll offer it back.
Takes it. Doesn't offer it to the cub. Well, you should probably get it back to the set before Bites the Leak has an aneurysm, Missy.
Yeah, sure.
You alright?
Not me? Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine.
Don't be embarrassed. Yeah, you look like you're having a good time. Nice to see. It was nice to see you let your hair down.
Ironic, because it has been messily put up in a shoddy ponytail.
She just kind of looks around again. Yeah, sure.
And he got fed. It was a win-win. I don't know. Don't be so sad. And he'll just get up.
I'm not sad. I'm skeptical.
Shrugs. Well, you'd look over 10 points, assuming you're taking her back, yeah? And Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Going to bed. Pat's Helen on the forehead.
Point deflates the slightest bit.
It was nice having you over. You give her actually a very genuine smile.
Thank you.
Gives her a grin. And don't worry, nobody's going to say nothing. You give her a thumbs up, you can just hear him go, "Say hello," as he's walking into his room.
I wasn't bad, was I?
Kempin glances over and offers a shrug. I promise you, Helena, I have dealt with far, far, far worse drunks.
Oh.
You were just drunk and happy and very energetic. And she actually smiles faintly.
Huh. Right, okay. She just kind of looks down at the Colin sleeping on her lap.
Oh, God damn it! At some point, we'll come over and help lever him up a bit so that she can slip out from under him.
She does quite quickly.
We'll just let him sleep that off, I think.
Yeah, whatever you say, sure.
And that said, yeah, she'll go for a jacket. Yeah, she's gonna be bare-legged the whole time, but fuck it. Offer back the appropriate coats and whatnot. And then, come back to the living room with both the cubs and pull out her hand mirror. You ready to go?
Yeah.
He reaches over and gives her hair kind of a ruffle, fondly. And yeah. Oh, sorry.
She just gets a warm smile back.
And yeah, she will have that kind of little warm maternal smile going. And yeah, we'll proceed to escort. the cubs through the gauntlet and back to the sept. And make sure they get settled in all right and whatnot. You'll, in fact, potentially even play briefly with... oh, that's another thing. She will take a moment, because she did overhear that too. Retrieve the guitar strings from Colin's coat, putting them in her swag to carry them for Helena so that she can provide them to her once they get there. But yes, I dare say, you can probably call it there, unless you want to do more, Tom.
Nope. That'll do for me.
So I think there we will say thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, drunk across New York.